If my channel's analytics are to be believed, the majority of you watching are probably somewhere in your mid-20s or mid-30s. So you've probably experienced some loss in your life, but never really had to face down your own mortality. Perhaps you've thought in passing about what you would do if you knew you were going to die. But most of you were likely never in a situation where you knew time was running out and you felt like you had to commit to something. Not the case for a Redditor named GlitteringCraft207. Faced with a diagnosis of inoperable cancer and given 6 months to live, she sat down and thought about what she wanted to do with her last months. And a decision was made. Save as much music from obscurity as possible. But in particular, one song. A song that had been haunting her for years. So for this episode of Tales from the Internet, let's take a look at a piece of lost media, a Redditor's dying wish. This video is sponsored by Helix. Helix makes premium mattresses and bedding, custom fit to your needs and shipped right to your door. I've had my Helix mattress for over a year now and I'm having some of the best sleep that I've ever had. And it's really easy to get a Helix mattress of your own. You just take their sleep quiz, which helps determine what mattress is right for you based on your preferences and sleeping style. Since I'm a side sleeper who likes a soft mattress, they gave me the Sunset. And if you're nervous about buying a mattress from the internet, Helix gives you a 100 nights of sleep trial. You get more than 3 months to see if you love it, and if you don't, they'll pick it up right from your door and give you a full refund, along with a 10-year warranty. And there's also financing options as well as flexible payment plans. Helix will deliver your mattress right to your door for free within the US. It comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set up yourself. Just click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/wang. You'll get up to $200 off your Helix sleep mattress, as well as 2 free pillows. On Monday, April 4th of 2022, a Redditor named GlitteringCraft207 made a post on r/music with a mission. I'm dying. As my last mission, I will be hunting down and saving as much music from obscurity as possible. There's one song I want more than the rest. She begins with some details. So yeah, as the title said, I'm dying. 13 days ago, I received the news that I had an inoperable tumor in my spine and was given a timeline of 6 months to a year to live. As you can imagine, that pretty much changed my entire worldview overnight. In the days since then, I've thought a lot about what I can leave behind to make the world a little better or more interesting. Didn't accomplish much while I was here, including accumulating any significant amount of money to leave behind. But there are many things more precious than money, and I've always thought music was one of those things. As part of my mission, I will be doing things like reaching out to radio stations and YouTube channels that deal in all things obscure. For example, DC 101 used to play this really awesome program back in the day called Local Links. The odds that I've saved any of this music are pretty low, and I'll be lucky if I even manage to reach anyone. But I'm going to try my damnedest. But of all these songs, there's one that's haunted Glittering Craft for the past 4 years. A song that in previous posts attempting to find the song she described as the best song she had ever heard. But these previous posts on r/whitewhale and r/find that song didn't get that much of a response. But here's what was known about the song. Glittering Craft heard the song on the radio station KXT Denton, which broadcasts to North Texas. It was played sometime between February 9th and February 14th of 2018, and was played between 9 and 11 in the morning. The song had a male singer, and Glittering Craft wrote down these lyrics, which came towards the end of the song. Google searches for these lyrics and variations of them, of course, didn't turn up the right song. She describes the band as being a melodic punk, and it had a male singer that sounded younger. It wasn't acoustic, and it sounded to be a full band with guitar, bass, and drums. She also mentions that it was very emotive and had a great guitar solo. Note that KXT Denton's website now has a feature where you can look up any song they played in the past 30 days. Although this feature didn't exist back then, it does imply they have some kind of records of what they play. However, her attempts to contact them throughout the years didn't get any results. She concludes, "So that's it, that's all I got. I know it's not much, but someone out there must know what this song is, so I'm hoping against hope to find it, if not for myself, then for future generations of listeners, so they can be moved by this beautiful song. It may seem a bit silly to get this hung up about a song, but looming death makes people do funny things. In the meantime, if anyone wants to DM me about the other things I've said, or if anyone has any obscure music to contribute, please reach out. Thanks for reading. The top response to the post came from someone who worked at a major cancer center. They suggested that Glittering Craft gets a second opinion, as throughout their time working at the place, they had seen many people get these kinds of death sentences only to find out that there was a procedure that could be done. Many instances in which neurosurgeons who specialized in cancer were able to remove previously inoperable tumors, something that a number of other posters co-signed and something that Glittering Craft expressed interest in. As for the investigation into the song, several people suggested that Glittering Craft record her version of the lyrics, so people can get some idea of what it might have sounded like. And here's the recording.
To try for anything, I couldn't stomach things. It just kept getting worse.
Some of the investigation involved looking up some of the DJs who might have played the song on KXD Denton. Names that came up included Brad Dolbeer, Paul Slavens, and Amy Miller. And in fact, when thinking of DJs who might have played it, Glittering Craft said the first name she thought of was Amy Miller. And believe it or not, someone in the thread named Solid Bob actually was Facebook friends with Amy Miller. He shot her a message, but unfortunately she couldn't identify the song and doesn't keep records that far back. In terms of how the song sounded, melodic punk can mean a lot of different things. On the r/white whale thread, a user named Urgy tried to narrow things down by throwing out some suggestions like have heart, verse, or lifelong tragedy, which prompted Glittering Craft to respond with a little more detail. I wish I had something to compare it to, but it was just so unique, and that's probably why it stayed with me for so many years. It definitely wasn't that post-hardcore, aggressive kind of sound from those bands you showed me, and it was nothing like the punk of the Ramones or Black Flag. It was easy to listen to and melodic, but the riffs seemed punky, kind of like how Nirvana used to make melodic punk riffs, but it's also nothing like Nirvana. And the vocals weren't screamy. I wish I remembered more. And to further narrow things down, someone else suggested the band Minus, to which she responded that it wasn't that punk. Some other suggestions included In My Stomach by Alkaline Trio, Can't Win by Pup, and Stomach by Ali and AJ. However, Glittering Craft has gone through all the suggestions so far, and it wasn't any of them. Perhaps the closest thing to a match. And this is a suggestion that so many people are adamant about that a lot of them are even thinking that this has to be the song and maybe she's not remembering correctly, is Jordan That Was Savage by the band Whimper, which was a local band based out of Denton. Glittering Craft remarked that although this song isn't the song, it was remarkably similar to what she remembered. So on that note, I think it is merited to listen to a clip of that song, just so we have a ballpark idea of what we're actually looking for. Because of the similarity, someone suggested that maybe there was a live version of the song or an alternate version that was the actual one she had heard. And in fact, a user named Pinsindleton found a live version of the song which does have the lyrics slightly altered. A lot of people who are insistent that this has to be the song are bringing up the point that, in 4 years, your memory can make things a little bit fuzzy, maybe she's just not remembering it correctly. And while the human memory isn't perfect, I feel like in a situation like this, you might misremember some details about it, but I think that if you heard it, you would just know. In any case, there is another person in the thread who claims that the recording of the lyrics jogged their memory and they remember the song, and this isn't it. But as of now, I think this is all the information pertaining to this particular song. As for the greater mission of saving obscure music, Glittering Craft has begun a YouTube channel called Obscure Archives for the cataloging of this music. I will be looking for super rare stuff. Local stuff from radio shows all over the country, random things on Discogs that haven't been uploaded anywhere, that sort of thing. I would love some help with this, so if you have any submissions, if you know of any great radio shows that play stuff like this, email me at obscurearchives@outlook.com. So if you have anything that would fit this project, be sure to email her about it. And of course, if you have any leads on this mystery song, let us know. But anyway, that's all for now. If you like this video, check out my video about the Italian Ursa Yatsura theme. I'm out.